I died choking on my own blood in the back of a rusted Ford pickup. The kind my brother swore he'd never let me touch. The last thing I saw was his face twisted in fake grief as sirens wailed closer. But I knew the truth. He'd rigged the brakes because I was about to expose him. 1 second. I'm gasping for air on that rain-soaked highway outside Austin, Texas. The world fading to black. The next, I'm jolting awake in my childhood bedroom. 17 years old again. The alarm clock blaring Sweet Home Alabama like a cruel joke from the universe. My heart hammered against my ribs as I bolted upright. Sheets tangled around me like restraints from some half-forgotten nightmare. The room smelled of stale popcorn and cheap vanilla candles, Mom's attempt at making our trailer park existence feel like a Hallmark movie. Posters of Carrie Underwood and faded One Direction cutouts peeled from the walls. Relics of a girl who dreamed big in a town that chewed up dreams like cheap gum. I glanced down at my hands, smooth, unscarred, nails bitten to the quick from pre-calculus stress. Not the calloused paws of the barista I'd become after college dropout hell. Holy shit. This wasn't a dream. I'd clawed my way back from the grave, reborn in the body of Adeline Marie Hargrove, the family screw-up, right before everything went to hell. The betrayal hit me like a freight train all over again. It wasn't just the accident staged. Of course. To look like my dumbass drunk driving after one too many shift beers. No. It was the whole rotten core of the Hargrove family. Dad's poker nights that weren't about cards. Mom's shopping trips to the casino in San Antonio. And Jake, my golden boy brother, who got the world handed to him on a silver platter while I scraped by on crumbs. Graduation weekend was the flashpoint. Jake, top of his class at Westwood High, valedictorian with a full ride to UT Austin on some scholarship he barely earned. Me? Straight A's buried under extracurriculars I faked to please them. But all I got was a curt congrats, kiddo, and a rent bill for the trailer they co-signed in my name. Gotta learn responsibility, Dad had grunted, slapping the envelope on the Formica table while Jake revved his new Chevy Silverado outside. A gift from their mysterious windfalls. I swung my legs over the bed, bare feet hitting the threadbare carpet that itched like regret. The digital clock read 6:47 a.m. May 15th, the day before the ceremony. In my first life, I'd swallowed it all, smiled through the tears, and crashed that truck into oblivion 2 years later. Right after unearthing the family secret, Jake wasn't just skimming Dad's business funds, he was running the whole damn opioid ring out of the garage, funneling pills from shady suppliers across the border. I'd confronted him one rainy night. Evidence in hand, texts, ledgers, the works, and he'd silenced me with a tampered brake line. But now? Now I was the ghost come back to haunt. Revenge wasn't a word, it was a goddamn manifesto. Downstairs, the kitchen buzzed with the usual chaos. Mom Lori, with her bottle blonde hair and laugh lines etched deeper than her conscience, flipped pancakes like nothing was wrong. Dad, Ronnie, burly ex-trucker with grease-stained knuckles, sipped black coffee, eyes glued to the sports page. Jake lounged at the counter, scrolling his phone, that smug grin already in place. Morning. Sleepyhead, Mom chirped, sliding a plate my way. No sirit. Just a sad pat of margarine. Big day tomorrow. You excited? Excited? I'd been excited once. Back when I thought blood meant loyalty. In the original timeline, I'd graduated summa cum laude from community college, only for them to forget my party because Jake's kegger ran late. I'd poured my soul into that nursing degree, dreaming of stability. But the rent bill, $800 a month on my barely legal ass had forced me into double shifts at Denny's. They never paid a dime, claiming it built character. Jake cruised through life on their dime. That truck his chariot to freedom while I biked to work in the Texas heat.
Yeah.
Thrilled, I muttered, forcing a bite. My voice cracked. Too high-pitched. Too young. God. I missed my 24-year-old sarcasm. Jake glanced up, those baby blues twinkling with the innocence he faked so well. You okay, Addie? Look like you saw a ghost. If only you knew. Brother dear. I swallowed the urge to lunge across the table, nails digging into my palms. Instead, I smiled sweet, poisonous. Just nerves. Can't wait to see what you get for being such a star. He laughed. That easy rumble that always charmed the teachers.
Ah.
Don't be jealous. You'll get yours someday. Bullshit. In my first go-round, someday was me buried in a pauper's grave. Obituary reading like a footnote. Adeline Hargrove. 24. Local waitress. Survived by family. The day dragged like molasses. School was a blur of cap and gown fittings and whispered gossip about Jake's latest conquest, some cheerleader named Brittany who'd tattoo his initials if he asked. I sat through AP Lit, doodling nooses in my notebook margins. Plotting. Revenge had to be surgical, not sloppy. No cops yet, they were in Dad's pocket, bought with pill money. No. I'd unravel them thread by thread, expose the lies, watch them squirm, make them beg like I had. By afternoon, I was home alone, the trailer creaking under the AC's futile hum. I rifled through Dad's desk in the den, a junkyard of bills and faded lotto tickets. There it was, the ledger, hidden under a stack of Playboys. Faded ink. Coded entries. JS. Drop, 2K. Jake's initials. My hands shook as I snapped photos on my flip phone, crude. But it'd do. In the future, I'd upload to the cloud. But here, I'd need allies. That's when the first decision hit. The one that'd keep me up nights even in this second chance. Do I play nice? Or burn it down fast? Fast meant jail for them. Freedom for me, but what if they twisted it? Painted me as the junkie daughter?
No.
Slow burn. I'd amplify the favoritism. Make it a spectacle. Tomorrow's graduation. I'd fake the hurt. Cry on cue. Force Mom to make it right. Then, leverage that guilt to dig deeper. Dinner was meatloaf and tension. Dad rambled about the Astros pitching woes. Mom nodded along. Jake texted under the table. I waited for the bomb drop. Sure enough, as pie hit the plates store-bought, of course, Dad cleared his throat. So,
Kids.
tomorrow's the day.
Jake. So.
We're proud as hell. That truck in the drive.
Yours.
Earned it, Jake hooped, fist pumping like he'd won the Super Bowl. The Silverado gleamed outside, bought with dirty cash. My throat tightened. In my old life, ide klapat, hidden the sting. This time,
Wow. Jake.
a truck? That's huge. My voice wobbled, eyes welling up on command. Oscar-worthy. Mom noticed first. Addie? Honey, what's wrong? I let it spill, words tumbling like I'd rehearsed, which I had, in hell. It's just. I worked my ass off too. Straight A's. Volunteer hours. And all I get is that rent bill? Like I'm the family, eh? Tears streamed. Hot and real. Betrayal's echo. Dad shifted. Uncomfortable.
Small. Kid.
It's not a competition. But it feels like one, I whispered. Standing. Jake gets the world. I get eviction threats. I stormed out, slamming my bedroom door. Heart racing. Phase 1. Crack the facade. They knocked later, Mom first. Soft apologies through the wood. Baby, we didn't mean. We'll talk to the landlord. Jake even tried, mumbling about sharing rides. Lies. All of it. But it planted the seed. By midnight, whispers filtered through the thin walls, Dad grumbling about ungrateful, Mom defending me for once.
Good.
Let the guilt fester. Sleep came fitful. Dreams of twisted metal and Jake's cold eyes. Dawn broke humid, the air thick with cicada hum. Graduation day. I dressed in my cap and gown, the polyester stiff against my skin, mirror reflecting a girl on the edge, eyes too knowing for 17.
Today,
I'd smile for the cameras, collect my diploma, and start the unraveling. The ceremony was pure Americana, football field sweltering under portable bleachers, pomp and circumstance blasting from tinny speakers. Families hooped as names echoed: Hargrove, Jacob, Hargrove, Adeline. Jake's row thundered applause, mine, polite claps. But as I crossed the stage, I caught Mom's eye, guilt there, flickering. After, the parking lot mobbed with hugs and photos. Jake posed by his truck, Brittany draped over him like a trophy. I hung back, nursing a warm Coke, until Dad pulled me aside. Look,
Addie.
About the rent. We'll cover it this month. Okay. His hand on my shoulder felt like chains. I nodded, biting my lip. Thanks.
Dad.
Means everything.
Lie.
It bought me time. The party was backyard barbecue, hot dogs on a rusty grill, neighbors milling with beers. Jake held court, recounting his valedictorian speech like scripture. I played the dutiful sister, laughing at his jokes. But my eyes scanned Uncle Ray, Dad's poker buddy, slipping Jake an envelope. Payoff. My phone buzzed, a text from an old friend, Sarah, who'd been my sounding board in the first life. Heard about the truck drama. You good? I typed back. Better than ever. Meet me tomorrow? Got dirt. Night fell sticky. Fireflies dancing like lost souls. As the crowd thinned, Mom cornered me by the cooler. Adeline.
I'm sorry.
We should have seen how hard you tried. Her hug smelled of Chanel No. 5 knockoff and regret. It's okay, Mom.
For now.
But in bed, staring at water stains on the ceiling, the plan solidified. Step 2. Infiltrate Jake's world. He'd invited me to his grad party at the lake house, rented, naturally, on family funds. There, Edith Nulp. Record. Build the case. The secret wasn't just pills. It was Dad's old trucking routes turned smuggling lanes. Mom's casino comps laundered through Jake's fake job. I'd borne it all once, covered for them. Lied to social workers when CPS sniffed around after my accidents. No more. Monday morning, I woke to pounding on my door. Jake. Hungover. Grinning.
Small. Cease.
Lake parties tonight.
You in?
Brittany's bringing friends. Hook.
Line.
Sinker. Wouldn't miss it. The drive to Lake Travis was a study in contrasts, his truck roaring smooth on I-35. AC blasting country radio, me in the passenger seat. Flip phone hidden. Voice memo app running. He rambled about college, sororities, the future, his, always his. You're gonna kill it in nursing school, Addie. Promise. I hummed agreement, fingers tracing the dashboard. If only you knew how I'd kill it. The lake house was a McMansion rental, all glass and decks overlooking the water. Partygoers swarmed, keg stands,
Red solo cups.
bass thumping from Bluetooth speakers. Brittany air kissed me, her extensions whipping like Medusa snakes. Adeline, so glad you're here. Jake says you're the smart one. I smirked. He says a lot. As dusk bled into bonfire glow, I slipped away, feigning a bathroom break. The master suite upstairs, Dad's business bag, unzipped on the bed. Pills, oxy, fentanyl patches, bundled like candy. I snapped pics, heart thundering. Voices downstairs masked my steps, but paranoia clawed. What if Jake caught me?
He almost did.
Footsteps on the stairs, mine retreating to the deck. Cool night air slapping my face. Jake emerged, cup in hand. Hiding already? Just needed air. I leaned on the railing, lake black as ink below. He joined me, shoulder brushing mine, a rare brotherly moment. In the first life, I'd clung to these, starved for approval. Now, it fueled the fire. Addie, about the truck. I feel like shit. Dad went overboard. Water under the bridge. I clinked my cup to his. To new beginnings. His grin faltered. Just a tick. Did he sense it? The shift? The night devolved into haze, skinny dips. Truth or dare confessions that skirted too close to truth. Brittany dared me to shotgun a beer. I did. Coughing foam. Earning cheers. Jake watched. Proud, almost. By 2 a.m., bodies sprawled on couches. I pocketed a sample vial, evidence, and crashed in a guest room. Dreams laced with sirens. Tuesday brought hangover hell and clarity. Sarah met me at the diner, her ponytail swinging as she slid into the booth.
Spill.
Hargrove. You look like you plotted a coup. Close. I passed my phone under the table. Family's neck deep in opioids. Jake's the kingpin. Her eyes widened, freckles stark against paling skin.
Jesus.
Addie. You sure? Dead sure. Literal ghost.
Check.
She scrolled, whispering. We go to the feds?
Duh.
Not yet. Need more.
And.
I need you to hack Jake's email. Old laptop in the trailer. Sarah. Tech was even at 17. Nodded. On it. But why the slow play? Because revenge isn't justice. It's personal. I sipped coffee, bitter as bile. The controversial call. I'd leak hints anonymously first, forum posts. Whispers to rivals. Watch them panic. Turn on each other. Make mom choose sides. Force dad to confess. Only then, the hammer. Weeks blurred into a tense tango.
Y esa finals.
Volunteered at the clinic, ironic. Healing while plotting poison. Home simmered. Mom slipped me cash for rent. Dad's hugs lingered awkward. Jake? He confided more. Drunk confessions about side hustles to fund his dreams. I nodded. Recorded every word. First leak. A burner account on a local forum. Concerned Travis County resident. Heard Hargrove boys slinging more than charm. Check the lake house. Attached, blurred pill pic.
Forum explodait, spéculation. Shares.
Jake's phone blew up. He paced the living room.
Pale.
Some asshole's lying. Dad's face darkened. We handle it family style. Mom cried in the kitchen. What if it's true? Ronnie. I eavesdropped from the stairs, pulse sinking to their unraveling. The decision that'd haunt me, frame a small betrayal. I accidentally left Sarah's laptop open at home. Jake's email cracked. Messages to suppliers. Double the run next week. He found it.
Freaked. Confronted me.
You snooping. Addie. Feign shock.
What? No.
I was just. He bought it. Mostly. But seed sown. Summer heat peaked. Tensions boiling. Jake's crew grew shady. Tats. Whispers. A drive-by glare from a rival dealer. Dad's trucking gigs ramped up. Absences stretching. Mom drowned in wine. Cornering me nightly. You're the strong one. Baby. Keep us together. Irony choked me. The strong one. Gunned down for truth. August brought the storm, literal and not. Thunder rattled windows as I slipped into the garage. Jake's domain. Toolboxes hid more. Cash stacks. A Glock unregistered. I pocketed a bullet casing, DNA gold. But footsteps stad. Home early. Adeline, the hell you doing? Flashlight beam pinned me. Heart stop. Just. Looking for jumper cables. Truck won't start. His eyes narrowed. Shadows carving suspicion. Get out.
Now.
I bolted. Rain lashing. Mud sucking at sneakers. In my room. Soaked. The plan accelerated. No more games. Tomorrow. I told Sarah. Upload everything to the Chronicles tip line. Anonymized. You sure? This torches them. That's the point. The drop hit Friday. Front page digital. Local valedictorian linked to pill ring. Blurry photos. Quotes from sources. Chaos erupted. Cops at the door by noon warrants. Questions. Jake denied. Sweating. Dad lawyered up fast. Mom collapsed. Wailing. They begged me first. Family meeting in the den. Air thick with fear. Addie. Please, Mom sobbed. You're our daughter. Tell them it's lies. Jake's eyes pleaded. Broken boy act flawless. Cease. I swear, help me. Dad's voice cracked. We gave you everything. Everything? The rent bill flashed. Eviction notice I'd framed on my wall. I stood.
Causa grave. No.
You gave me scraps. And I died for it. Silence.
Stunned. Died.
Jake echoed. The twist I'd buried. In my rage. I confessed the impossible. 2 years from now. You kill me.
Jake.
Break line on that truck you love so much. Because I knew. And now, I know again. Hysteria. Mom screamed. Dad lunged. Crazy girl. But I held firm. Phone dialing 911 live. Yes. Officers? My family's confessing to distribution. And attempted murder in the future. Cuffs clicked as they processed it. Delusion or truth. Psych eval for me. Arraignments for them. But the evidence stuck. Ledgers. Texts. The vial tested pure fentanyl. Trial was circus. Tabloids dubbed it Hargrove Hell. Jake flipped first. Ratting Dad for leniency. Mom played victim. I didn't know. I testified. Voice steady. They chose him. Always. I was the spare. The controversial verdict. Jake. 10 years, Dad. 20, Mom. Community service. Deal for testimony.
Me?
Cleared. Hero or villain? Forums raged. Snitch sister versus survivor saint. Twist dropped post-sentencing. DNA from the accident report. Jake's prints on the tampered line. But a deeper cut. Paternity test. Ordered in the frenzy. Dad wasn't mine. Mom's affair with Uncle Ray. The envelope man. The favoritism? Not bias, biology. Jake. His blood, me. The cuckoo. It shattered them anew. Mom's letters from county lockup begged forgiveness. I loved you wrong. Baby. Come see me. I burned them. Ashes scattering on Lake Travis's shore. Forgiveness?
Nah.
Liberation.
Now.
24 again, but wiser. I drive my own truck. Earned clean. Nursing degree framed on my Austin apartment wall. Sarah's my roommate. Our laughs echoing free. The Hargroves? Ghosts in cells. Begging through glass. And me, Adeline Hargrove. Reborn. Unburdened. They say revenge is bitter. But damn. It tastes like sweet Texas tea. The courtroom in downtown Austin smelled like polished wood and desperation. The kind that clings to cheap suits and unwashed regrets. It was September now. For months since the leak. And the air hummed with the low buzz of fluorescent lights and murmured side bets from reporters in the back row. I sat in the witness box. Hands folded in my lap, like a good girl. But inside, I was a storm, Adeline 2.0. The version who'd learned that silence is complicity and complicity is death. The judge. A silver-haired hawk named Harlan with a drawl thick as molasses, peered over his glasses at me. Miss Hargrove, you understand you're under oath. Yes, sir. My voice didn't waver. In the gallery, Mom twisted a tissue into knots. Her makeup a war zone of raccoon eyes. Dad stared at the floor, jowls sagging like deflated balloons. Jake? He met my gaze. Those blue eyes pleading, whispering betrayal in every blink. Brittany had dumped him weeks ago. Her Instagram scrubbed clean of Hargrove heartthrob. The prosecutor. Yes. Elena Vasquez, sharp as a switchblade. Latina fire in a navy pantsuit, leaned in. Adeline. Walk us through the night of the party at the lake house. I exhaled slow, painting the picture. It was August 12th. Jake invited me, said it'd be fun. Family bonding. A chuckle escaped. Bitter. I went upstairs for the bathroom. The door to the master was cracked.
Inside.
A duffel bag on the bed. Open. Bundles of pills, oxycodone. I think. Fentanyl strips.
2.
I recognized them from the clinic volunteer work. Gasps rippled. Mom whimpered. Vasquez nodded. And you photographed them? With my phone. Then Jake came up. I hid on the deck. Defense attorney, slimy weasel named Hargrove. Irony not lost. Jumped up. Objection. Hearsay and conjecture. My client. Sustained. Partially. Judge Harlan drawled. Stick to facts. Miss Vasquez.
Facts.
That's all I had left. The next hour blurred. Timelines. Texts Sarah pulled. Hacked clean. No traces. The forum post IP masked through VPNs I'd researched in sleepless nights. My testimony wove it tight. Jake's emails to Tio in Laredo. Dad's trucking logs syncing with deliveries. Mom's casino tabs paid in crisp hundreds. The controversial bit? My delusion. Vasquez had prepped me, framed the death premonition as trauma-induced hallucination from family stress. But I slipped it in anyway. Low and lethal. I dreamed it. Your Honor. Jake's face as the truck spun out. Brakes failed. He did it to shut me up. The room froze. Jake bolted up. That's a lie. She's crazy. Bailiff wrestled him down. Chaos, reporters scribbling. Mom fainting into an aide's arms. Harlan banged gavel. Order. Miss Hargrove. That's. Noted. Proceed. Outside recess. Sarah waited in the hall. Vending machine coffee steaming. You dropped the bomb. Bold. Had to. I rubbed temples. Headache throbbing. They need to feel it. Ethics nagged. The gray zone of my leaks.
Anonymous tips bordering vigilante.
But in America, justice is a slot machine. Sometimes you rig the odds. Afternoon brought cross-exam. Hargrove Sr. grilled me. You resented your brother, didn't you? Adeline? The truck. The attention. Jealousy makes monsters. I leaned forward, eyes locked. Jealous? Try invisible. I paid rent at 17 while he partied. But monsters? Look in the mirror.
Counselor.
Or ask the kids overdosing in Travis County. Sustained objections. But the seed stuck. Jury, mix of soccer moms and blue-collar dads, shifted. Whispers like rustling leaves.
Closing argumentsdraget till dusk.
Vasquez painted the Hargroves as vipers in suburbia. Pills killing our youth. Profits funding trucks and dreams. Adeline? The whistleblower they tried to bury. Defense spun sob stories, hard times.
Poor choices.
Boys will be boys. Verdict next morning. Guilty across the board.
Jake.
10 to 15 for distribution. Dad. 25 to life for trafficking ties, Mom. 18 months suspended. Probation, her ignorance plea holding water. Sentencing echoed hollow. Jake's tears real this time. Dad's glare promising hell. Mom's hug through bars a ghost of warmth.
But the twist?
It hit post-trial. In the DA's office. Vasquez slid a folder across. Paternity results. Requested it on a hunch. Your dream testimony flagged inconsistencies. I flipped it open. DNA match. Jake and Dad. 99.9%. Me and Dad. 0%. Mom's affair with Ray. Confirmed by timestamps, conceived during Dad's long hauls. The favoritism? Not malice.
But blood.
Ray's envelope? Hush money. Not payoff. Nausea roiled. She knew. Vasquez shrugged. Looks like. Raised you anyway. Complicated. Complicated. Understatement of the century. I drove home. No. My apartment now. Leased clean on scholarship cash, windows down. Wind whipping tears. Forgiveness?
Afferitare.
But closure? Maybe. Mom's first letter arrived week later. Pink envelope trembling in my mailbox. Adeline. My girl, I never meant to hurt. Ray was a mistake.
But you?
My miracle. Forgive me. Visit. I read it by Lake Travis. Waves lapping like accusations. Burned it. Watched embers dance. No visit.
But Ray?
I called him. Voice sugar-sweet. Uncle, we need to talk. He met me at the diner. Paunch straining his polo. Addie.
Kiddo.
Tough break. Tough. Try revelation. I slid the DNA printout. His face drained.
Jesus.
Lori told you.
No.
But now I know why the favoritism stung extra.
Pause.
Blade twist. And wire gifts to Jake felt like bribes.
He sputtered. I.
Protected you all. Protected? You funded the poison. I stood, leaving him with the bill, literal and figurative. Fall semester started crisp. UT Austin's campus a whirlwind of hookups and hacky sack. Nursing lectures filled days, nights. Sarah and I plotted expansions, advocacy group for overdose survivors. My story anonymized but raw. Jake wrote too. From lockup, sis. I get it now. The dream, maybe it's karma. But blood's thicker. Help me appeal.
Blood? Huh.
I replied once. Blood's what you spilled. Rot in it. The controversial wave crested Thanksgiving. CNN picked it up. Texas Sisters Revenge, from betrayal to bust, painting me vigilante saint. Trolls online, daddy's girl gone rogue. Protests outside the courthouse. Signs waving free the Hargroves, versus. Pill pushers pay. I dodged interviews. But one slipped through, local podcaster. Voice like gravel. Adeline. Was leaking ethical? You destroyed a family. Family? They destroyed me first.
Click.
Off-air regret. But truth's a drug too. Winter break loomed lonely. Sarah dragged me to her folks in Houston, tamales, tequila shots, normalcy's bomb. But dreams haunted. The crash. Metal screeching. Jake's whisper. Sorry. Addie. Business. New Year's. I resolved, no more ghosts. Applied for internships, DA's office. Ironic twist. Accepted. Starting spring. Spring brought blooms and bombshells. Mom. Out on good behavior. Showed unannounced, disheveled. Desperate. Adeline.
Please.
Coffee. Diner again. Ghosts everywhere. She clutched my hand. I was scared.
Ray.
It was one time. Dad never knew. Liar. Photos from Sarah's hack. Years of texts. You chose silence. Every pill. Every lie. Tears streamed. Forgive me.
I'm begging. Begging.
Echo of my old pleas for rent money. For love. I stood. Beg louder. Maybe the judge hears. She crumpled. Last I saw. Graduation loomed. My real one. Cap and gown crisp. No truck gift. But my beater Honda purred content. Stage walk. Diploma in hand. Cheers genuine, Sarah whooping loudest. No family row, just empty seats. A void I'd filled with steel. Post-ceremony. Lake house rented clean for me. Friends. Closure party. Bonfire crackled. Beers clinked. Sarah raised a toast. To Adeline Phoenix. Bitch. Laughter bubbled.
Free.
But as flames danced, a text pinged. Unknown number. Miss you.
Cease.
Appeal denied.
J.
I deleted. Tossed phone aside. Revenge complete?
Nah.
Life's the real high.
Yet.
In quiet moments, doubt whispered, was the slow burn worth the scars? The leaks. The lies I'd bent rules. Towed vigilante lines. America loves its anti-heroes. But heroes bleed. Summer job at the clinic grounded me, healing real hurts, not just mine. Patient's eyes, hollow from loss, mirrored my old ghosts. One kid, 16, OD survivor. Thanks for fighting. Miss. Fighting.
Yeah.
Fall winds shifted when Ray called. Voice quaking. Addie. I'm turning states. Full confession. For you. Why now? Because you're right. Blood's a lie. His testimony sealed loose ends, smuggling routes. Laundered cash. Feds swooped. Ray walked with immunity. Mom, rearrested for perjury. Christmas. Alone with takeout eggnog. I reflected. Betrayal's chain broken. But link scarred. Jake's last letter. I see it now. The truck was curse. Forgive.
No.
But I wrote back. Live better. Out there. Twist's final turn. Spring.
Da internship.
Vasquez mentored. You're a natural. Hargrove. But remember, justice ain't tidy. She was right. My story leaked. Book deal offers. Netflix whispers. I penned it raw. Rent bill redemption. By 25. Adeline Hargrove was name, not footnote. Speaking tours. Survivor circles. The Hargroves faded. Jake paroled early. Vanished to Montana. Dad. Gray and Supermax, Mom. Rehab ghost. Forgiveness? Not mine to give. But peace?
Earned.
1 mile at a time. The internship office in the Travis County DA's building was a fluorescent purgatory, stacks of case files yellowing like old teeth, coffee pots perpetually brewing sludge. It was mid-July, humidity pressing against the windows like a bad memory, and I was knee-deep in discovery for a meth bust that echoed too close to home. Vasquez breezed in, her heels clicking authority. Hargrove. Heads up. Press wants a follow-up on your family's appeal hearing. I didn't look up from the laptop. Tell M no comment. Again. She chuckled, dropping a donut box on my desk. You're a star now.
Kid.
Own it. Star? More like lightning rod. 6 months post-sentencing. And the Hargrove saga had morphed into true crime fodder. Podcasts dissecting my premonition. Reddit threads debating if I'd gaslit myself into vigilante mode. The controversial hook. My leaks weren't just tips. They'd included Dr. timestamps on Jake's emails. Subtle enough to nudge, but not fabricate. Ethical gray?
Charcoal.
But results? Clean busts. Lives saved. Afternoons blurred into evictions and assaults. But evenings?
Mine.
Austin's nightlife pulsed. 6 street bars thumping with live blues. Food trucks slinging brisket tacos that tasted like freedom. Sarah and I hit a dive called the Yellow Rose. Shots of Jameson chasing away the day's dregs. To not being dead, she'd toast. Clinking glasses. One night, buzzed on courage, I spilled the full premonition, no holds barred. Died choking. Jake's hands on the wheel. Second chance? Universe's cruel gift. She stared, then laughed. Plot twist of the century. Write it. I did. Late nights.
Laptop glowing.
Words poured. The hook of rebirth. The slow poison of revenge. Title? Phantom Rent. Agent scooped it by August. Advance enough for a down payment on a condo overlooking Lady Bird Lake. But ghosts don't fade easy. September brought Jake's parole hearing, early release for good behavior, snitching credits. Vasquez warned me. Victim impact statement? Your call. I debated nights, pacing my shoebox rental. Impact?
I d'impacte el ric, xatarat il·lusions.
But birthed a fighter. A statement drafted, then trashed. Instead, I showed back row. Anonymous in shades and hoodie. The boardroom was sterile. Jake in orange jumpsuit, shackles clinking like bad karma. He spoke soft. I hurt my sister.
Deep.
But I've changed therapy.
AA.
Let me prove. Lies or growth? His eyes scanned. Found me. Flicker of recognition. Plea unspoken. Board nodded. Parole granted. 6 months supervised. Outside. Rain sheeting. He cornered me under the awning. Addie? Knew it was you. I crossed arms. Rain dripping from hood. Don't. Just. Thanks. For not burying me deeper. He shifted. Chains rattling. The dream thing, Bull. Right? Believe what you want. I turned, but he grabbed my sleeve, gentle, desperate. Mom's bad. Cancer. Says you're the only one who can fix her.
Fix?
The word burned. Mom's letters had trickled, meek please. Then silence. Cancer? Twists knife. Fix yourself first. I yanked free. Strode into the downpour. Car radio crackled news. Parole dealer. Redemption or risk? Home. Towel dried. I Googled Mom. Stage 3. County Hospital. Visitation open. The decision gnawed. Controversial as hell. Visit the betrayer? Or let karma clip its wings?
살아보우딘 너.
She's poison. Addie. Walk. But blood, adopted or not, whispers. Next day, I went. Hospital reeked of bleach and despair. Mom's room a dim cave of beeps and 4 drips. She looked small.
Shimobalt.
Eyes lighting at my shadow. Adeline.
Yeah.
I hovered by door. Arms barred. She wept. Tubes trembling. My girl. Knew you'd come. Don't. Not for that. Words tumbled, hurt. The rent. The lies. Ray's shadow. You chose them. Every time. I chose wrong. Her hand extended.
Frail.
Forgive? Before. Before what? Death's echo chilled me. I stepped closer. Took it cold.
Bony.
Not yet.
But.
Truce. Nurse interrupted. Time up. Driving back. Tears blurred taillights. Truce, not forgiveness. Baby steps in revenge's aftermath. Fall deepened. Book edits flying. Phantom Rent hit shelves November. Climbing indies lists. Signings drew crowds, survivors hugging. Skeptics grilling. One Q&A. A mom teared up. Your story saved my boy. Thank you.
Saved.
The word anchored. Thanksgiving. Sarah's again, chaos of siblings. Turkey dry, but love thick. Jake texted. Home. Miss you. Mom asks.
Blocked.
Winter solstice. Full moon over the lake. I scattered ashes, not Mom's. But the old rent bill.
Torchti na solo ritual.
Smoke-curled prayers. Release. But January iced the thaw. Ray died. Overdose. Ironic end. His will. To me. $50,000. For the daughter I shorted. Laundered clean. Now mine. Donated half to overdose fund. Kept half for grad school. MPH. Public health warrior. Vasquez promoted me junior prosecutor. First case. Pill mill takedown. Echoes of home.
Courtroom déjà vu.
But this time, I stood tall, arguing, winning. Spring bloomed vengeful. Mom stabilized. Outpatient. Letter. Truce means world. Visit. I did. Awkward coffees. Stilted talks. She confessed more. Ray's coercion. Dad's rages masked as love. I failed you. Us. I corrected. But yeah. Jake surfaced May. Montana plates on a beater Ford. Coffee shop meet. Neutral ground. He looked older. Tattoos faded. Eyes clear. Clean 2 years. Welding job. Stable. Good. Neutral. Awkward as hell. Huh. He laughed. Rueful. The truck, I sold it. Couldn't drive without seeing you. You didn't see me then. Blunt. Blind. Sorry's cheap.
But.
It's
Start.
the controversial olive branch, accept, or sever. I sipped latte. Prove it.
Sponsor e ne.
Local kids. He nodded. Earnest.
Deal.
Summer scorched. Book tour East Coast, NYC readings. Boston debates. Panels on ethics of exposure. Was it revenge or justice?
Ide keep.
Both. America's buffet. Back home. Twist uncoiled. Mom's remission party. Small me. Sarah.
Jec tentative.
Balloons bobbed. Cake sugary lie. Toasts clinked moms. To family remade. Remade. Fragile word. But night ended shadows. Jake pulled me aside. One thing. The accident breaks? I didn't.
Wait. Pause. Gut punch.
What? Checked after. Tampered.
Yeah.
But not me.
Dad.
He confessed in lockup letters. Thought you were Ray's.
Gonna spill.
World tilted. Dad, the brute. Not golden boy. Jake's face crumpled. I covered. Loyalty. Loyalty. The betrayal layered deeper. Russian doll of deceit. I walked out. Air thick. Phone to Vasquez. New lead. Old case. Reopened investigation. Dad grilled. He cracked, pride before fall. Protected my boy. You? Threat. Charges added. Attempted murder. Life.
No parole.
Mom wept. Jake vanished again. Guilt's exile. Fall leaves turned. My MPH class is rigorous. Epidemiology. Policy wars. Book sequel brewing. Echoes of Rent. By 26. Adeline Hargrove lectured halls. Testified Hill. The family? Shards reassembled. Mom weekly calls. Jake sporadic postcards. Forgiveness? Evolving. Not gift. Earned. Revenge's arc bent toward grace. Controversial as sin. But in mirrors, I saw survivor, not victim. The lecture hall at UT's LBJ school smelled of chalk dust and ambition. Tiered seats half full with wide-eyed grad students scribbling notes on vigilantism in the digital age. It was October. Leaves crunching underfoot on campus paths. And I paced the podium like a caged panther, Adeline Hargrove. Adjunct prof at 26. Voice steady but pulse racing. Revenge isn't binary, I said.
Clicking slide. Forum screenshot.
Blurred Hargrove mugshots. It's a spectrum. Ethical? Debatable. Effective? Ask the 200 dealers off streets since my leaks. Hands shot up, the kid in the front row. All earnest beard. But you manipulated evidence. Timestamps, that's fraud. Right?
Gasps.
Slide froze on my anonymous post. I leaned in, smile sharp. Fraud? Or justice's shortcut? In a system clogged with plea deals? Sometimes you nudge the wheel. Laughter. Uneasy. Controversial? My brand now. Class ended buzzed. Office hours overflowed with inspirations and HOS. One girl lingered. Notebook clutched like shield. My brother's hooked. Fentanyl. Your story. Can I share? Share wide. I hugged her. Echo of my old isolation. Evenings. Condo views glittered, lake lights dancing. City hum below. Sarah crashed often. Her tech startup booming.
Coding anti-trafficking apps.
You're famous.
Bitch.
TED Talk next. Maybe. I poured wine. Red as old blood. Book 2. Rent's Reckoning. Drafted. Deeper dive. Dad's confession twist raw. Agent pushed. Lean into the premonition. Woo-woo sells.
No.
Truth over titillation. Mom called Sundays. Ritual awkward as ill-fitting shoes. Adeline?
Turkey's thawing.
Join. Work. Mom.
Lie.
Distance preserved.
Truce tentative.
Jake's postcards trickled. Montana vistas. Terse updates. Gig steady. Sponsor, 3 kids. Miss Texas heat. I replied sparse. Keep at it. November elections loomed. My op-eds in the Statesman firing shots. Pill crisis. Prosecute families. Not just fall guys. Backlash brewed. Fox segments decrying woke witch hunts. Supporters flooding inbox with hearts. Thanksgiving. I caved moms. Neutral turf. Table small. Her.
Me.
Sarah as buffer. Turkey carved tents. Small talk skating thin ice. Heard about the class. Mom ventured. Passing roles. Proud. Pride's new for us. Fork scrape. She winced.
Fair. But.
Therapy helped. Sing my part. Part? You were director. Wine soured. Sarah steered. Pass the gravy? Post-meal. Dishes sudsing. Mom cornered soft. Adeline. The DNA. I should have told. Ray was regret.
But you? Choice.
Every day.
Choice.
Word hung. I dried hands. Nodded. Maybe. December dusted frost. Book launch packed. Barnes and Noble. Signing snaking. K heated. Revenge porn for the soul. A heckler. Jake's old buddy. Sneered. I fired back. Porn? Try catharsis. Read it. Sales spiked. Royalties stacking. Donated to clinic expansions. Adeline Wing. Plaque gleaming. Christmas. Solo hike in hill country. Trails winding. Air pine sharp. Summit view. Vast. Unyielding. Text from Jake. Home for holidays? Mom's asking. Replied. Maybe. He showed airport pickup. His rental dusty. Diner meet first. Testing waters. He looked weathered. Laugh lines earned. Montana's cold. Miss the tacos. Miss more?
Probing. You.
The before.
Eyes down.
Dad's letter after he cracked. Blamed me for spoiling you. Spoiled? Try starved. Laughter escaped. Cathartic. We talked hours, wreckage sifted. Apologies layered. I covered for him, Jake admitted. Thought loyalty fixed it. Loyalty's blindfold. But his eyes?
Clear.
Holidays thawed. Mom's tree twinkling. Gifts wrapped awkward. Mine to her. Journal. Write your truth.
To Jake.
NA chip frame. Earn it. New Year's Eve. Balcony fireworks. Sarah toasting. To twists untangled. Twist hit February. Vasquez's retirement bash.
Surprise honorée, me.
Speech slurred tipsy. From rent bill to reckoning, thanks to fighters like Elena. Post-party. Bar crawl. Old ghosts stirred. Ex from first life, Mark. Barista buddy, spotted me. Adeline? Holy shit. The book.
Yeah.
Awkward hug. Sparks dormant. We dated slow, coffee evolving to kisses. His steadiness bomb. Your story, he whispered one night. Sheets tangled. Brave as hell. Or foolish. Vulnerability's edge. Spring semester ramped. Classes on policy reform. Guest speaker, Fed agent from Ray's bust. Your tip started it all. Hargrove. All team effort. But pride swelled. Mom's checkup clean, remission held. Dinner celebration. Jake in town. Table fuller.
Look tentative.
Family 2.0, I quipped. Post-meal. Jake pulled prints. Welding art. Abstract trucks twisted free.
For you.
Redemption sketch. Kept it. Wall hung. Summer scorched. Book tour west, LA panels. SF keynotes. Controversy peaked. Senate hearing on anonymous leaks. Menace or mana?
I testified.
Suit crisp. In delayed justice. Citizens fill gaps. Regulate. Don't criminalize. Senators grilled. I held. Clips viral. Followers searched. Back. Mark proposed casual. Shack up? I said yes. Condo merged chaos. His vinyls. My files. Fall winds whispered change. Jake relocated. Dallas. Closer. Job offer in construction oversight. Ironic guardrail. Mom's birthday. We gathered. Cake candles flickering forgiveness. Her toast. To Adeline, light in our mess.
Light. Fitting.
But October storm brewed. Old rival dealer. Paroled. Dox me, threats online.
Snitch B.
Cops shadowed. Detail assigned. Nights wired. Mark held tight. You stirred the hive. Beekeeper now. Defiant. Climax crash November. Ambush outside lecture. Hooded figure. Knife glint. Adrenaline surged. First life instincts dodge. Knee to groin. Scream. Bystanders piled. Cops swarmed. Perp. Jake's old runner. Grudge deep. Arrested. Charged. Aftermath. Media frenzy. Hargrove hero strikes again. But scars. Therapy resumed. Vulnerabilities cost. Vasquez visited. Wine in hand. Full circle.
Kid.
From victim to victor. Vulnerable, I corrected. Victor's lonely. Winter wrap gentle. Book 3 outlined. Bill's bird legacy. Not just revenge. By 27. Adeline's empire. Professorship tenured. Foundation funded. Family? Fractured mosaic. Mom's hugs warmer. Jake's calls steady. Dad's letters ignored. The controversial core. Revenge remade me, but grace rebuilt.
No tidy bows.
Just threads woven tight. The Foundation's inaugural gala glittered under Austin's convention center chandeliers, crystal drips like frozen rain. Black ties mingling with gowns that whispered wealth and whispers. It was May. Air heavy with jasmine from the terrace. And I stood at the podium. Emerald dress hugging curves earned from yoga and zero regrets. Adeline Hargrove. 27. Founder of the Rent to Redemption Fund. Voice carrying over clinking champagne flutes. Tonight, we don't just fund recovery, we rewrite narratives. From bills unpaid to lives reclaimed. Applause thundered. Donors beaming, tech bros, old money widows, survivors in borrowed finery. Mark, my anchor, winked from the front row, his suit rumpled charming. Sarah emceed, mic in hand. Adeline's not just a survivor, she's the spark.
Spark.
From death's chokehold to this universe's long con. Gala peaked with auctions, my donated manuscript pages fetching 5 figures. Jake's welded sculpture, anonymized artist JH, pulling tears and bids. Post-speech. Handshakes blurred. Senator handclasp. Your testimony sealed the bill. Mandatory family probes and trafficking. Widow's hug. My grandson's clean because of you.
Clean.
The word anchored the night. After party, on the terrace. Stars pricking velvet sky. Mark pulled me aside. Proud doesn't cover it.
Kish soft.
Promise deep. Marry me? For real. Heart stuttered. First life flashes. Lonely bar shifts.
No proposals.
This earned. Yes. News leaked pre-dawn. TMZ vigilante vows. Controversy cocktail. Hargrove's happy ending. Justice or just desserts. Morning headlines mixed. Congrats. Cynicism. Mom texted hearts. Jake called. Big bro duties? I'll walk. Laughter bubbled. Deal if you don't tamper the getaway car. Fall wedding planning wove whimsy. Sarah, maid of honor. Venue lakeside. Vows handwritten raw. Mom fitted dress. Pins trembling. Beautiful. Baby. Like your ma should have been. Like she is. Throat tight. Forgiveness's quiet bloom. Jake arrived early. Tool belt swapped for tux, Dallas life suiting him. Fiancé in tow. A welder with fire match eyes. Sis, he said. Rehearsal dinner toast slurred sentimental. You saved me. From myself.
Saved.
Reciprocal now. Ceremony day dawned golden. Lake lapping pews of wildflowers. Mark's eyes.
Voing forever, mine.
Echoing back. Rings exchanged. Cheers erupted. Family patchwork complete. Mom dabbing tears. Sarah whooping. Even a supervised guest. Dad's proxy letter. Read silent. Regrets eternal. Be happy, girl. Reception dance till moon high. Two-step to George straight. Cake smashed gleeful. Jake cornered later. Beer in hand. The twist. Dad's full confession tape. DA sent it. Want.
No.
Past's weight lifted. Burn it. Honeymoon in Big Sur. Cliffs crashing. Mark's hand in mine. Future's ours, he murmured. Waves underscoring. Back. Life layered. Professorship. Foundation grants flowing. Clinics named. Scholarships dubbed Adeline's Angels. Book 3 launched bestseller. Redemption's Receipt. Grace's Ledger. Pregnancy. Hit Christmas. Test pink. Joy electric. Mom knitted booties. Jake built crib. Aunt Addie, he joked. Legacy. Legacy. From rent bill to this, circle bent. Not closed. Twists echo. Spring birth. Girl named Elena, after Vasquez. Firebrand nod. Nursery walls. Jake's art. Lullabies mom sang soft. Years folded. Elena toddling. Foundation global. Mexico border outposts. Policy shifts. Controversies lingered. Leaks lawsuits dismissed. But whispers. Hargrove's halo hides hacks. I owned it. Flaws forge fighters. By 30. Adeline Markson. Kept. Keynote UN. Betrayal's not end, it's edit. Family Dinners Weekly. Mom's Lasagna. Jake's Stories. Elena's Giggles. Dad Died Quiet. Cellbound. We Mourned Minimal. Ashes Scattered Unceremonious. Final Hook. Elena's 18th graduation gift. Her choice truck. Clean title.
No viris. Iwis para.
Just beginnings. She hugged fierce. Thanks.
Mom.
For the fight.
Fight.
The eternal spark. Revenge's tale? Not ended, evolved. From death's gasp to life's roar. Adeline's arc. Betrayed. Reborn. Unbowed. America's grit. Undiluted, controversial. Cathartic.
Complete.